After 6 decades, the signs of decay in the Western Hemisphere's only communist country are evident. And in recognition that nothing is in more need of modernization than Cuba's political system, ordinary citizens like Roberto Ramos are being allowed to weigh in on the draft for a new constitution.
Something interesting is happening in Cuba. People have the ability to meet, to debate publicly, not in a physical space, but in a virtual space.
Roberto, who runs a tattoo parlor, is an LGBT activist who's pushing for the new constitution to recognize same-sex marriage. Expanding, though still expensive, access to internet is allowing him and many others to make demands publicly. One of the most pressing is for economic reform, but it's being resisted by some who are clinging to the old economic model of total state control. It's a tug of war.
I think there is a part of the Constitutional Commission, which are people more modern, more open-minded, looking at the world, looking at the Chinese model, looking at the Vietnamese model. I know that that conflict exists because I have seen it, I have heard it.
Musician Roberto CARCASSES, like many others, is making perhaps the most difficult demand of all.
And that is for the Constitution to give legal recognition for the right of anyone to have different political opinions, whatever your political opinion may be, and that you won't be considered a traitor or someone who's trying to destabilize the nation.
The draft constitution will no longer allow officials, including the president, to perpetuate themselves in power, and it also recognizes limited private property. But when it comes to the political system, the only change so far is to make it explicit that Cuba's Communist Party will remain as the only party, as the supreme and guiding force of society and the state, even above the Constitution. Cubans will be asked to approve the final draft in a referendum in February. Whether it will resemble the kind of constitution that they're asking for is still a mystery. Lucia, Newman, Al Jazeera, Havana.